So, I've seen the Lord of the Ring movies. I haven't seen The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit. I haven't read The Lord of the Rings yet. So, eventually I'll get to them. So, the question is, why am I reviewing a book that came out in 1937 when it's 2024? There's probably been hundreds, thousands of reviews, hundreds and thousands of ratings, whatever. Why am I deciding to review it? Well, I think maybe my 2 cents may matter. Two, I feel like I gotta give a little respect to the man himself, Tolkien. So, did I like The Hobbit? So, I like The Hobbit. It was a good story, interesting adventure. Little quick overview of the story. The Hobbit, being Bilbo Baggins, is more or less, let's say, conscripted into a mission. Basically, 13 dwarves and Gandalf the Grey show up to his house and say, "Hey, guess what? You want to go fight a dragon with us?" And he's like, "No, not really. Too bad. You're coming with us." So that's the start of the adventure. And then throughout the book, all the way up to the dragon, there are so many moments of, man, are these guys going to make it out of this? Or are they going to die brutally? Example, like I said, I haven't really seen the movie. I've seen 5 minutes of it. When they come across the trolls, for a second, they almost got messed up. Or at least Baggins almost got messed up. And I don't know if they talk about the forest elves in the movie or get anywhere near them. But again, it's like, are they going to get out of this? Most of them are in prison. The only one that's not in is Baggins, who, by the way, spoiler alert, finds the ring. If you've seen the movies, The Lord of the Rings, he finds the ring, and it helps him go invisible. You could tell this is either before Tolkien had the idea for The Lord of the Rings. Like, man, all of a sudden this ring's going to become very important in the next couple books or so. But it's kind of forgiven, unless you really plan out your series. Some authors do that, some don't. Look at Star Wars, for example. George Lucas did not plan out the original trilogy as much as any Star Wars fan loves them. Of course, Luke kissing Leia, or Leia kissing Luke, was not planned, or at least not thought out clearly when it came to 6. So, I think The Hobbit definitely deserves the respect it gets. It is the architect of the adventure series, format. If you ever heard of the term hero's journey, the hero, not quite hero status yet, just kind of in Bilbo's case, just stuck in his house, just doing his thing. Basically being a hobbit. Being stuck in his house, and then behold, his kind of mentor in the form of Gandalf shows up and brings him on to his adventure, or clues him in on to the adventure that he will have. And you could look at so many adventure movies and books up to now. Look at Star Wars, Luke and Ben Kenobi. Look at Harry Potter and Dumbledore. Dumbledore is Harry Potter's elder guidance into becoming the hero that he will become, but he's not the hero there yet. So absolutely, The Hobbit does deserve its salute. Now, does it hold up? Now, of course, The Hobbit is a children's book, but especially being of that era, there are words that I would not be comfortable saying in this video alone, right? That are used quite frequently in that book, but not in derogatory terms, not in bad ways. But time has definitely changed meanings of words, and there's quite a few in The Hobbit. That said, if I had a kid, I'd probably read it to him. And if I was an adult like me, 25, I would read it. If I'm 60 and I haven't read it yet, I'll probably read it. That's what I feel. It's definitely one of those stories that could be timeless. Now, what are the problems I do have with The Hobbit? Because despite giving it 5 stars on Goodreads, just because I didn't want the Tolkien fans to come down on top of me like the arrows from 300.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
And also, I do want to give respect. Usually, I do have a rating, and I'll explain it. Now, with The Hobbit, I feel like maybe the only complaint I would have is that the pacing does get a little slow at times. But all in all, it is a good story. The thing I wanted to add was the fact that this book does have also a lot of good advice, just like, for example, Greek mythology. There's always great advice in those stories, even if they are made up. For example, if I pull up my notes, I'm not going to try to spoil it, but there is a point where the head of a human town tries to manipulate the people into blaming the dwarves and Bilbo. And what's the lesson there? Don't trust politicians. Oh man. But that one's a great one. No one was never laugh at live dragons. Now, I don't know any live dragons, but you also say don't laugh at dangers, right? There's also plenty of other proverbs in the book. The negatives definitely do not outweigh the positives. So as I said in the review, I did give the Hobbit 5 stars on Goodreads and also on Amazon 5 stars. Now, do I really think it's 5 stars? If it's not 5 stars, it's close to 5 stars. Yes, there are moments where you think, oh, okay, that word is a little outdated, but that you can't help that. That was a different time. And like I said, words, their meanings change over time. Also, it is well written. Can't find any problems. Probably could find more problems in my book than you could find in Tolkien's book, right? So, I'd say if you're looking or wanting to sit down and read The Hobbit, I'd say go ahead. Won't take you long. I think it took me like a week or so. I was reading it on ebook, Kindle, By the way, here's the Kindle cover here. But actually, that's probably better on this side, right? Here's the Kindle cover here, and what I say, is it worth reading at older ages? It is a children's book after all. And I'd say yes. There's a lot of stuff that's for children that make great content for adults as well. You learn a lot from children's books, even if you're well past childhood. For example, I do got the Harry Potter books on my to read list. I've only read the first book so far. I do intend to read the others. And I don't feel ashamed of saying that. And also I do feel like I could say when they come available I am going to read the Lord of the Rings books too. Right now I'm waiting for my library because I'm a library fiend. I rarely buy books, I'll be honest. And don't be surprised if I encourage you to get my book from a library if you ever have the chance or the option. By the way, here's my book here. Black Monday. Available on Amazon. I'll have a link down in the description below. When this video comes out, I think it will still be pre-order, so you could pre-order if you want, or you could wait till Halloween when it's released. That's up to you. Anyways, I will talk to you hopefully Sunday because hopefully I'll talk to you again soon. I am almost finished with a book called Brave Men by Ernie Pyle. Pretty good book. He was a war correspondent during World War II, and he wrote a lot of collections. He would write about the soldiers individually, and so this is a lot of collections of his stories that he would put in his I don't know what magazine he was writing for. I think maybe it said in the introduction, but that was a long time ago when I read it. But it's very interesting, especially I do like to write military stuff or want to write military stuff, and it does help get into the mindset of the boots on the ground. But enough of that. That'll be for that review, which will probably be Friday, I think. Yeah, I think it'll probably be Friday because I'm almost done with it itself. I think I'm on 410 and the book ends at like 492. So yeah, I'll probably review it and get it out Friday. And this will be out Wednesday. I'm going to edit it tonight and tomorrow. So this will be Wednesday, that'll be Friday, and then one of those things I want to do for a series is every Sunday I want to do a review of 5 things I learned. If you're interested in that, check that out. And also follow me on Twitter. Oh, and also don't be afraid to leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is a new channel, so you probably are new. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye.